Now, we're good.
My name is Aliana Bodwin and I'm from Saco, Maine.
Hi, I'm Melissa Hebb and I'm from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Hi, my name is Anna Eicher. I'm from Inghausen in Germany.
Hi, my name is Erin Nisbet and I'm from Cleveland, Connecticut.
Hi, my name is Evia Burns. I'm from New Britain, Connecticut.
Hi, my name is Bianca Stiles and I'm from New Zealand.
Hi, I'm Dilly Katsopoulos and I'm from Prospect, Connecticut.
Hi, I'm Jordan Kells. I'm from Farmville, New York.
Hi, I'm Marie Marston and I'm from New Zealand.
Hi, my name is Taylor Morales and I'm from Shirley, New York. Hi, my name is Zoe Meyer. I'm from Massachusetts.
On a gorgeous, sunny Saturday afternoon, we welcome you to Lemoy Field here at Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut for a big-time CACC Women's Soccer Showdown. The Chestnut Hill College Griffins in town to face off against the Post University Eagles. Chestnut Hill, the number 9 seed in the conference. Post, the number 10 seed in the CACC. And with that, we say hello and welcome upstairs inside to the broadcast booth. Griffin Cass on hand. So glad you're with us here on this Saturday afternoon here at Lemoy Field. Massive matchup here today with a lot of playoff implications here with the season winding down here between Chestnut Hill and Post. Post, again, currently the number 10 seed in the CACC. Chestnut Hill, the number 9 seed in conference. The top 8 seeds make the CACC tournaments. And Post, they control their own destiny here today. They need to win out in their next 3 matches to get into the CACC tournament. If they lose here today, they have no chance at getting into the tournament. So that's all that you need to know for what is at stake here today. A ton is at stake. Fighting for their playoff lives are the Eagles, Chestnut Hill as well. It is bunched up in that bottom half of the conference, fighting for that number 8 spot in the CACC. For the Eagles, they come into this one at 2-6 overall, 2-10. 2-6 in conference, 2-10 overall, a 2-5 record here at Lemoy Field. And for the Chestnut Hill Griffins, 3-8-1 overall, 3-6 in conference. And both teams have the same amount of CACC losses. Chestnut Hill just has one more win than these Eagles. So this is going to be a playoff-like environment here today at Lemoy Field. We also have a doubleheader. It's the men's coming up next at 2:30. So the women's will start us off here right now, and then the men's will commence at 2:30. So we got a little bit of a double dip post soccer action here today at Lemoy Field. Beautiful early November Saturday afternoon. Temperatures in the high 50s, low 60s. Bit of a wind chill, and it's a sunny day. We are ready to rock and roll here at Lemoy Field. Chestnut Hill is in the black uniforms, Post is in the white uniforms. Both teams huddling up, getting ready to take the field here and get underway. Again, it is pretty straightforward here for the Eagles. They lose today, and they are out of playoff contention. They control their own destiny. Chestnut Hill right to left, Post left to right. Head coach for the Eagles, it is Renato Topali in his second year. For Chestnut Hill is Jonathan Geist in his 5th season. Chestnut Hill will start with possession. And we're underway. 18th all-time matchup here between the Griffins and the Eagles. It's underway. Eagles 8-7-2 all-time versus Chestnut Hill. They have not beat them in 3 years. They've lost the previous 2 meetings. They tied before that. Last victory against these Griffins came on October 31st, 2021 on the road. As we take a look at who is in net for both of these squads. For the Griffins, it is the sophomore keeper from Philadelphia, number 96, Ellie Stratz. Looking at her numbers on the year, 10th game that she has appeared in, 16 goals allowed on the year, 37 saves, a save percentage of 69.8. And for your Eagles, it is number 62, Erin Nisbet in net, also a sophomore from Plainfield, Connecticut. Taking a look at her numbers on the year, 9th game that she has appeared in, 26 goals allowed, 64 saves for a save percentage of 71.1. Eagles have not played in a while. They've got a lot of rests from their last matchup. It came on October 23rd where they lost 3-1 at Dominican. And the opposite can be said here for the Griffins. They played on the 29th of October, defeating Holy Family in a 1-0 victory. Again, huge matchup here today. Eagles 10th seeded in the CACC. Griffins the number 9th seed in the CAC. Eagles control their own destiny with a win. They can stay alive in the playoff hunt. With a loss, they have no chance at getting into the top 8 spots. Last matchup came at Chestnut Hill last year. Griffins won 4-1 on October 14th, 2023. Taking a look at the Eagles' offensive numbers on the year, 15 goals they have scored. Alyssa Hebb accounts for 7 of those. Their opponents have scored 39 against them this year. They've totaled 8 assists. Opponents have tallied 44 against them. Eagles with 38 points on the year, opponents 122, and for the Griffins, they've scored 19 goals on the year, allowed 32, 18 assists to their opponents' 22, and they've totaled 56 points in their opponents' 86. Eagles throwing here near side. Taylor Morales will toss in.
You can mark too in that space. Relax. You don't have to be 1v1 every time, Black.
Last touch Griffins. Eagles another throw in here near side. Eagles record last year 4-9-3 overall, 2-6-3 in conference. And for the Griffins 5-9-2 last year overall, 4-6-1 in conference. Here's a nice takeaway. Lauren Sullivan leading the team in points will send it downfield. Nisbet comes out of net and kicks it away. Abby Galaska here, second. Tied for second on the team in points. Sends it cross field. Header there by Meyer.
Well done, Stella.
Stiles with the clear. Playing the backfield here is Bianca Stiles. It goes over to Galaska. She headers it, and Nisbet scoops it up. Again, just taking a look at the CACC women's soccer standings here, as there's a nice takeaway from Melissa DeGeorge. The junior crosses one, intercepted. And Stiles boots that one out of play. Again, Chestnut Hill, the 9th seed. Goldie Beacom currently holds the 8th seed at 3-6-1 in conference, so Chestnut Hill and Post right behind Goldie Beacom. Pretty much a playoff matchup here today. At the end of this regular season, so much on the line here. Playoff lives and hopes. Chestnut Hill and Post looking to squeak into the 2024 CACC tournament, and a win here today would go a long way. Only 2 more games remain here for the Eagles on the year. They will play those 2 this upcoming week. A road game at Georgian Court University on Monday, and then they will wrap up their season here with a home game on Thursday against the University of Bridgeport. Callis tries to track it down on the far side. Stella McCallion with a beautiful defensive effort, number 8 in black. And there is a leak out there, a foot race. Abby Galaska trying to get there, but Stiles is on her hip, and she kicks that one out of play. You can see the urgency, the intensity here to start this one. Both teams, they know what's at stake here. Playoff push is on. Just right outside of that number 8 spot are both of these teams, and there's a clear foul there going against Chestnut Hill. Stella McCallion, the culprit. Chestnut Hill with a 2-3 away record on the year. They will host Georgian Court University on Friday. That will be their last game of the year. This is their second to last. Must win here for both of these teams on the outside looking in the CACC standings. As Morales tosses it in. Navia Burns can't get there, and Chestnut Hill with a nice little clear from the backfield. Elizabeth Deal, number 13 in black. Nearly 7 minutes gone here in this first half. So glad you're with us here on the CACC Network. Griffin Cass on hand on this sunny but windy Saturday afternoon here in the beginning of November. Regular season winding down, postseason around the corner. Both of these teams trying to squeak into the CACC tournament here in women's soccer. Meyer will tap that one out of play. It'll be a Chestnut Hill throw in far side. Again, this is the 18th all-time matchup here between these two squads. Program history spanning from 2007 to today. The Eagles slightly had the upper hand. 8 wins, 7 losses, 2 ties. Have not beaten Chestnut Hill in 3 years. Last win came on the 31st of October in 2021. Nice movement here from the Eagles. It goes to Ree Morrison. Sullivan tracks it down, cuts it to the middle. Nice defense there from Alyssa Hebb. Abby Golaska looks to lead Rebecca Dalton, but it is Nisbet scooping it up and rolling it out. Good pressure here from Chestnut Hill. Golaska taps it. Sullivan feeds. There's a shot and it is deflected. Kendall Gayton, the freshman, tried to get that one off for Chestnut Hill, number 14. Now Golaska looking to turn the corner. Excellent defense there from Stiles. She can't dive to keep it in play. And we will have our first corner of the match here. Chestnut Hill will take it. I believe that will be Sullivan to take it in the far corner. Tries to bend one in. There's a header and it goes in! Rebecca Dalton headers it into the back of the net and a quick 1-0 start for Chestnut Hill. Dalton now ties Sullivan for 5 goals on the year, leading the Griffins. What a way to start for Chestnut Hill, as they lead 1-0 with 35-35 remaining in this first half. Golden opportunity off of the corner kick. You always try and take advantage of those corners. You don't know how many you'll get in a game. A prime position to score one, and Chestnut Hill takes full advantage. The assist is awarded to Lauren Sullivan. So Dalton now in the year with 12 points. Sullivan now has 14. Those are the two heads of the snake here in points for Chestnut Hill. Ree Morrison defended there by Maddie Camillo. There's a clear from the Eagles going to the defensive side here for Chestnut Hill. Dangerous pass. And Deal able to clear it out. Golaska looking to run with numbers. Nice tackle there from Hebb. Clean play. Foot race Morales and DeGeorge. DeGeorge wins it momentarily and Morales recovers. Hebb the clear. Goes to the backfield here for Chestnut Hill. Nearly 11 minutes gone here in this first half. If you're just tuning in, Rebecca Dalton with a header off of a corner kick in the far corner. Chestnut Hill able to strike first here in this must-win scenario at the end of the regular season. You lose and your playoff hopes are looking extremely bleak. Camillo will loft one, intended for Dalton. Grappling there with Meyer. And Nisbet will send a goal kick down, or she'll toss it out. She will roll it out. Hollyana Bodwin receives and kicks down to midfield.
Well done, Stella. Good support, Kendall.
Nice movement ahead here from the Eagles. It's led to Callis, foot race, and a nice clear there from number 13, Elizabeth Deal. She's been solid here to start for Chestnut Hill. As DeGeorge kicks it downfield, Stiles receives. Morales ahead, Morrison receives. Callis, the sophomore here, trying to get the shake and bake move, and fouled by number 18, Tony Linus. Second foul committed by Chestnut Hill thus far, with 32:35 remaining in this first half. So Stiles will take the free kick here, near sideline. Stiles kicks that one to the back post, cleared out by Linus. Off of the header, tracked down by DeGeorge. Burst of speed, near side. Callis tracks her down in a nice tackle. Callis back to Morrison, and it is taken away. Golaska down the middle of the field, tailed by Morales, and Eagles force a turnover here, and it's cleared out by Bodwin. Bodwin, Meyer, Stiles, and Morales playing in the backfield here for the Eagles. Beautiful tackle there from Morales. Will be a throw in here for the Griffins on the near side. Nice movement here. Sullivan has got it. And a whistle and a foul goes against Heb. First foul committed here by Post. Renato Tapali voicing his displeasure to the official about the foul call. Free kick here. Linus will take it. Heads that to the far post. The header caught by Nisbet. And she'll boot that one downfield to midfield. Deal has it taken away. And Ika running with Callis here. Nice movement. Callis, in and out move. Looking for the angle. Callis firing. Scoring!
From 11 and 14. I'll write that down.
1-1. Jordan Callis, the sophomore, with her third goal of the year. Her 9th point. And the Eagles find the equalizer here with 29:55 remaining in this first half. It's 1-1. The assists awarded to Ika and Morrison. DeGeorge firing. Header! Right back. Goals coming in abundance here to start this one. It's... Never mind. No goal. Offsides is called against Chestnut Hill. So goal is waved off. It stays at 1-1. Both teams getting golden opportunities here offensively to start. Defense on both sides needs to pick it up and tighten it up. So Eagles catch a break there with the offsides. And Kotseftis will boot it downfield. Callis is trailing.
Support means get behind Eel.
Golaska taps it. Sullivan trailed and cleared by Bodwin.
Where's the support, Black?
Burns grappling there with Gayton. Golaska taps it. DeGeorge here near side. DeGeorge, shake and bake move. Hesitating, feeding. Has Gayton. Gayton firing. Saved.
All right, Kendall, well done, Liz.
Coming up on 28 minutes remaining in this first half. A 1-1 score. Dalton with the goal. The first one for Chestnut Hill. Then Jordan Callis got her third goal of the year. A few moments after to tie it up at 1-1. And that's where we stand here in a must-win conference women's soccer showdown here. Eagles 10th seed in the CACC. Griffins 9th seed in conference. Eagles control their own destiny here. A loss and their playoff hopes dwindle down to none. A win here, and they are very much alive in securing a bottom seed in the CACC tournament. Again, just looking at the standings here, Holy Family is a 7 seed. They are 4-5. Goldie Beacom, the AC, they're 3-6-1 in conference. Chestnut Hill, 9 seed, 3-6. Post 10 seed, 2-6. So you see how tight it is between the 7 to 10 seeds in the CACC. Eagles after this one with 2 games remaining. You just have to win all 3. All 3 and you're likely in. Lose here today against Chestnut Hill and there's pretty much no chance with 26:35 remaining in this first half. 3 shots on goal for Chestnut Hill, 1 for post. It is a 1-1 score here as we are approaching the midway point here in this first half. So glad you're with us here on the CACC Network. Griffin Cass with you on this sunny Saturday afternoon. Not a Sunday, it is a Saturday. As Nisbet has got it here. Rolls it out. Looks a boot downfield. She does. Intended for the freshman Morrison. McCallie with the kick downfield. Shove in the back. No whistle. Clean play by Post. Camillo's got it. Over to Sullivan. Has DeGeorge near side. DeGeorge, nice move. Cuts it to the middle. Bodwin clears.
Support her.
Morrison ahead. Has a teammate. It is Burns. Looking for Callis. Nice tackle there, but a foul. Camillo commits the foul. That is the third foul committed by Chestnut Hill. Post has committed one. Taking a look at our team stats here thus far. 4 total shots by Chestnut Hill. 2 Post is 1. Shots on goal 3-1 Chestnut Hill. No, so that was the 4th foul committed by the Griffins. So 4-1 in fouls, Chestnut Hill. Griffins have had 1 corner. Eagles have had 0. And Eagles will have a free kick here with Heb. Heb. Nice kick. Caught by Stratz. Golaska looks to lead Sullivan, but kicks that one out of play. Eagle throw near side. Meyer tosses in. Nice defense there from Peyton Lennon. Kicked out of play by the Griffins. And another throw in here, Eagles near side. Sullivan, nice feed, has Lennon. Looks ahead, pass intercepted by Stiles. That kick takes Camillo to the ground. Kotseftis trailed by Dalton, doubled. Nice defense there from Gayton. And Griffins are running with Gayton far side. Gayton shoots, and it's off left. What a strike there. Had a lot of velocity on that one from Gayton. Goal kick here from Nisbet. Line drive kick to midfield. Excellent header there from Lennon. Morales clears. Ika has the freshman Morrison. Back to Ika. Nice give and go. Space and numbers here for posts, but deal is right there for Chestnut Hill. Golaska tried to lead Sullivan there, and Nisbet will come out of net. Five total shots here for Chestnut Hill, 2 for Post. Shots on goal, 3-2 Chestnut Hill. A 1-1 score here in a must-win scenario for both of these teams with the regular season winding down here in the CACC. Morrison taps it. Callis, one-on-one. Nice move. Callis evades. Tries to infiltrate the box here. Burns has got it. Looks for a teammate. Broken up there by Dalton, who has the lone goal here for the Griffins. Meyer, doubled. Turns it over. Golaska is shoved. No whistle. Chestnut Hill coaching staff not a fan of the no call. It goes ahead here to Callis. Callis with numbers has Ika on the breakaway coming out of net and scooping it up is Stratz. Nice read there from Stratz in net to get out of the 6-yard box here. We're coming up on 20 minutes to play here in this first half. Stratz boots it midfield. Eagles have not lost a conference game at home this season. No, pardon me. That is false. They are 2-2 in conference at Lemoy Field. 2-5 on the year here at home overall. Eagles without a road win on the year. They're 0-5 overall, 0-5 in conference on the road. Linus, nice kick downfield to the box. Headered up. Dalton, headers in. 2 goals for number 22. (2-1) Griffins. Thanks to number 22. 2 headers and 2 goals for the junior from Philly. She leads the team in goals now with 6. Came into this one with 4 on the year, and she's got 2 here already in the first half. Reese Klutzer getting set to be a sub for the Eagles.
It's unassisted, yep. Yeah, 18 kicked it in, but it went off our draw.
Dolan on that one, just kind of right place, right time on both of those headers. The first one off of a corner, this one off of a free kick. Rebecca Dalton having herself a first half here, to say the least. And just a must-win scenario here, end of the regular season. It's not the playoffs yet, but this one, it basically has all the things that a playoff matchup would have. A must-win scenario. Coming up on 18 minutes to play here in this first half. Yeah, just a reminder, we have a double dip here today, post-soccer. Men's are coming up next. That matchup will commence at 2:30. Get a throw in here in the far corner for Chestnut Hill. Toss into Sullivan. Turns, crosses, behind the net, out of play. So the sophomore Reese Klutzer will sub in here for post. Nisbet goal kick. Free kick here, Bodwin.
I'll be down there for infield stuff.
Virginia Perry, Bridget McDonald, as there's a cross and a score. Rebecca Dalton is unconscious here to begin this one. Her 3rd goal of the game.
9 and 10 are coming in for Chestnut Hill.
Virginia Perry, Bridget McDonald coming in here for the Griffins. Rebecca Dalton, the junior midfielder from Philadelphia, with 3 goals here. And we still have 16:26 to play in this first half. Lennon and Galaska sub outs here for Chestnut Hill. A dominating first half here by Rebecca Dalton and the Griffins. They have a 3-1 lead here. Rebecca Dalton, last year as a sophomore, played in 15 games, started in 10.
It is 4. 4's
She clearly has a season high here in goals. She would have won a game here in her previous 4 goals. 3 here today in this first half. And she has got 7 on the year now. She is tied now, Alyssa Hebb, with 7 goals on the year for 8th in the CACC rankings in goals. Dolan had 3 goals as a freshman, 1 as a sophomore, now 7 here as a junior. 3 of those 11 career goals at Chestnut Hill coming in the first half here at Lemoy Field in a must-win scenario here with very few games remaining in the regular season. Eagles 10th seed in the CACC. Griffins 9th seed in the CACC, 7 to 10 seeds in women's soccer here in the CACC. Very bunched up, so a loss here for the Eagles. They control their own destiny. A loss here would be detrimental to their playoff hopes. Under 15 minutes of play here in this first half. A 3-1 lead for Chestnut Hill. All 3 goals coming from number 22. Last touch Eagles throwing Griffins far side. McCallion tosses in. Deflected out of play there by Morales. Second corner here for Chestnut Hill. They scored on their lone corner. Dolan with their first goal, and Nisbet secures the corner kick.
Good support, Tony. Work goal side. Good.
Total shots here, 7-3 Chestnut Hill. Shots on goal, 5-2 Griffins. 2 corners now for the Griffins, 0 for the Eagles. Fouls, 5-2 Griffins. Has it intercepted there by Bridget McDonald. Taps it ahead, intended for Perry. Stiles has Meyer. Looks to get it back. Goes off of who? Meyer. So it'll be a throw in here for the Griffins near side. As I think Meyer is going to be talked to by the official here. Nice lead for Dalton. Tried to get another header in net there. And Nisbet taps it out of play. Teammates on the Chestnut Hill sideline conveying that number 22 is a monster, and certainly she is. Came into this one with 4 goals on the year. She has 3 here in the first half, and here's the third corner of the first half here for Chestnut Hill. Sullivan bends it in, and it hits the far post. Nearly went in off of the corner kick there. Perry tries to get off a shot. Goes out of play, deflected by the Eagles. As we will have another corner here for Chestnut Hill, their 4th of this first half. Virginia Perry will take it near corner. Tried to get it to Linus there. It's kicked out of play by Kotseftis. And a Griffins throw in here near side. Meyer, nice toss in. Ika kicks it ahead. Klutzer headers. Kotseftis tries to get it back to Klutzer. Klutzer able to muscle her way to fight for the ball, and it goes out of play. Last touch, Griffins. Morales goes back to the keeper. Nice tap there from Klutzer. Callis doubled. She has a lone goal here for a post. Give and go. Callis, nice tackle. Gorgeous tackle. An elegant move there from number 12 in black. Maddie Camillo, the junior, now defends Callis one more time, and Callis is shoved in the back. Clear foul there on Perry. Styles takes the free kick. Nice boot. But deal is right there for Chestnut Hill. Bodwin. Under 9 to play here in this first half. Throw in Griffin's far side. Rebecca Dalton with 3 goals here in this first half, and Chestnut Hill with a 3-1 lead in a must-win scenario here, trying to squeak their way into the playoff. Both teams, nice move, coming out of net. It's Stratz, and she falls on it. That one goes out of play. Last touch by the Griffins. Eagles throw in far side. Coming up on the end of this first half, a dominant showing for number 22, Rebecca Dalton. And Chestnut Hill a 3-1 lead with 5 shots on goal. Eagles 2 shots on goal. Total shots Chestnut Hill 9. Post 3. Perry fights for position, gets it out to Tony Linus, who sends a strong kick downfield. And DeGeorge tries to track it down, runs out of room, and it will go to Nisbet. Get a foul there. It goes against Heb. 3rd foul committed here by Post. Chestnut Hill's committed 6. Linus with a strong leg. Line drive kick to the back post. Dalton tried to track it down. Soars out of play. That ball got out of bounds in a hurry there from Linus. As Natalie Bells will sub in here for Chestnut Hill. Subs out to George with 6:07 remaining here in the first half. Callis with it. Lone goal here for Post in this first half, trying to make something happen. Sends it back. Meyer. Nice kick downfield. Burns tried to get there. It'll go back to Stratz. Ball takes a bounce and skips out of play. Throwing Griffins near side. En route to a huge victory here at Lemoy Field. Still plenty of time remaining. Still 5:05 remaining in the first half. But Chestnut Hill with an excellent effort here in this first 45 minutes of play. Rebecca Dalton with basically the half of her life here. 3 goals in the first half. Came into this game with 4 on the year. Last touch Griffin. Heb tosses in. And a big collision there between Klutzer and Deal. Deal headers it. Linus has Ika trailing on her hip, and she just clears it out. Sullivan. Late whistle. Foul goes against Heb. We're under 4 minutes to play in this first half. Free kick. Linus with a powerful leg will take it. Goes towards the box. Settled down there by Gayton and cleared by Meyer. Klutzer kicks it out of play. Nice movement there from the Eagles, but sensational defense by the Griffins interrupted. And Sullivan coming the other way, galloping, feeding, ahead, one-on-one. It'll go to Nisbet, but it won't matter anyways. It was all sides on the Griffins. 2:50 to play here in this first half. Klutzer tangled there with Linus, and a whistle and a foul. And looks like we're getting a card here on Linus. Yeah, so yellow is assessed to number 18 in black, and I think the physicality picking up here a little bit. Officials want to get it under control. Clock stopped at 2:33 to play here in this first half. Might have been a little bit of a ticky-tack card there. I mean, there was contact from both players. And Linus certainly took Klutzer down, but I think it might have just been a common foul there. But anyways, Linus awarded a yellow. Styles free kick, chips it, cleared. Nice header there from Perry. Bodwin kicks it up into the air like a center fielder. Stratz catches it. The pop fly. Coming up on 2 minutes of play in this first half. 3-1 lead for Chestnut Hill. Nice defense here from the Eagles. Ika taps it, turns it over to Dalton. The player of the game here in this first half by a long shot.
I'm doing fouls in production already.
Should have foul committed there on the Griffins. Styles the free kick as we come up on a minute to play in this first half.
1 minute remaining.
Griffin's coaching staff irate at the no call. Linus got hit to the ground. There was no whistle, and the Griffins coaching staff was furious with the officials there. And Linus, with 47 seconds remaining in this first half, will be attended to by the athletic training staff. So we get a substitution coming in here for the Griffins. Jenna Gagliardi will sub in, number 28, a freshman defender. 47 seconds remaining here in this first half. Dominant showing by Rebecca Dalton and the Griffins as we resume play. 3-1 lead for Chestnut Hill. Must-win matchup here. Second half should be very entertaining. Perry looking to cross. Looking for the right time to do so. Tried to shake and bake there and beat Bodwin. As we're under 30 seconds to play in this first half. Fifth corner of this first half for Chestnut Hill. Post has yet to have a corner here in this first half. That's bent in, sails behind the back post and kicked out of play.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dominant showing from Rebecca Dalton in that first half. 3 goals for number 22, and Chestnut Hill takes a 3-1 lead as we have reached halftime here at Lemoy Field. We'll take a 15-minute break, and when we return, the second half here between Post and Chestnut Hill. Women's soccer in the CACC.
Kicking off our Women's Basketball 2024-25 Media Day with seniors Raquel Washington and Jaden Burns. Guys, you're the oldest players on the team now, believe it or not, and you're both in your 4th year. You guys came off the bench last year. Talk about that role a little bit and then how valuable your experience is to a team of 13 newcomers.
I mean, coming off the bench last year, there's a lot of expectations that you get just being off the bench as a player in practice. But that's just as someone who goes hard in practice, who comes with a lot of energy. With having those expectations and coming into the new year with 13 new players, like, it's really that time to step up, prove who you are, prove your ability, prove that we're the oldest on the team now. I mean, I've been the youngest on the team for 3 years in a row. So now kind of being at that age and at that level where it's time to really be a role model for others is really important for me.
I can say I agree with Jaden. Definitely everything, bring energy, building off like what she said about filling the role model spot. Like, I've been here for a very long time, and I've watched the program grow, so I really have that opportunity to fill big shoes while setting the benchmark for 13 new players.
4 straight North Division titles. You guys have been here, I think, for 3 of them now. How does this team do it again this year, and what do you attribute that success to over the last 3 years to get those while you guys have been here to see it?
I say by just being one as on the court and off the court, because that's something that we need. Chemistry is something big, energy, and like having a level head. Like, each time we went to get that conference championship, like, we had a level head about it, but we can't lose our footing just to, okay, we have 4. Let's go get another one.
Yeah, I mean, I think people will think this year is like a rebuilding year. But granted, we have 13 new players, but I think this is the time to prove everyone that, granted, we are a very young team now, but this is the time to really push, prove to other people that it doesn't matter our age, doesn't matter how many new players we may have, how many transfers we have, to reach, like I said, those expectations that we have of previous years of winning and kind of having that same standard now.
And even with the 13 newcomers, you guys have 7 Division I transfers coming in, too. Yeah. What's it been like getting these new players on the team? How have they kind of meshed together? I know when we're recording this, it's only September, but in the early days, how has it been working with all these players?
Yeah, I mean, very early days. We just had our first team practice a little while ago, and you can feel the energy. You can feel, like, the energy when it comes to just learning new things, kind of adapting to new things. And like I said, as returners, we have those expectations of being like, this is what it is, let's get everybody on board. Chemistry seems to be very well. We're a team full of energy, so I think we're all just really excited of meshing well and continuing that process throughout the year.
Yeah, and then finally, what do you guys think this team can do this year? Obviously, you've had a lot of success in the past, but we're still chasing that elusive first CACC championship. Yeah. What do you guys think this team can do this year?
I think this team is going to go far. Like, we have goals of going possibly to the Elite 8. We all know what we want to do. We all know what we want to win. We all know we want to end the season with a ring. So we know the expectations. We know the goals. We know the standard. Coach is very well at taking it one game at a time, but we know what it is and what it takes to win. But I think we're going to go far. That's me.
I agree. Like, I have so much faith in this team. Like, even the team is excited. Like, that's all we talk about every time we're in the locker room. And even on the court or in the lunchroom, like, we're very excited to get farther than what this team has been already. So
we're here with newcomers to the team, Jackie Russell and Emma Carmen. First, Jackie, state champion here in Connecticut, 1,000-point scorer. How do you hope to get that success from high school and translate it to the college level?
I definitely think that where my game's going to translate the most is on the defensive end of the floor. And then, honestly, a lot of it just comes from contributing energy and just overall getting the team to build that chemistry together. Alongside then, obviously, I got recruited for shooting. So I'm hoping to have a great shooting year this year.
Then, Emma, you came from Quinnipiac. You're a sophomore on this team. You also, in high school, had 4 Shoreby North Division championships. But coming from Quinnipiac, what do you hope to contribute to this team?
Really for me, it's just being that gritty player, working hard, getting rebounds, and hopefully getting some threes in this year. I'm also very versatile, so I like to step out depending on who's guarding me.
And then, Jackie, what's it been like in your first few weeks here at Post, your first time in college? I know, Emma, you were at Quinnipiac last year, obviously, but what's it been like coming to Post for the first few weeks?
I've honestly really enjoyed it because I've come from a small town myself, so it kind of has the same feel here, and everything, as they say, Post makes it personal. You really get to know everybody and make a ton of friends, and the girls on the team this year have just been amazing and already are becoming my best friends. And yeah, Post has done a great job welcoming everyone and making sure you have everything you need, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
And then, Emma, obviously you've been welcomed from the team from Quinnipiac. You're one of 13 newcomers, 7 Division I transfers. How has this team kind of welcomes you to the squad?
I mean, it's really just been about bonding. We got along right away. I would say we're all best friends, and for me it was a really easy changeover because they made it so great and they're so welcoming.
And for both of you, what do you think this team can do this year? 4 straight North Division championships, if you didn't know that, but they haven't won a CACC championship yet or made an NCAA tournament. A lot of nationally ranked talent in this conference, but what can this team do this year, do you think?
I definitely think we're going to go very far, and obviously the end of the year goal is to get a ring, but even making it through to the Elite 8, and yeah, maybe we can make some history at this school, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we had our first practice the other day, and we just looked great together. I mean, the energy was great, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
We're here with Naj White, returning for her second year with the Post program. Naj, you're one of the newcomers last year, transitioning from Division III Mitchell. You were also at Southern Connecticut for a little while, but what was the transition like coming back from Mitchell up to Post?
It was kind of easy on my end. Basketball is like first nature for me, first love. So it's like kind of just getting back into like the groove of things, and the going from Division III, which is kind of serious but not as serious as Division II. So coming here was a little bit more like urgent to, you know, pick everything back up and get back to speed with the competition.
Talk a little bit about what your role was coming on to Courtney Burns' squad last year in her first year, which you were coached by her down at Mitchell. What your role was last year, what your role is going to be, do you feel like this year, being one of the only 3 returners on this team?
My role coming here was pretty much to just try to get everybody else on board with coaches like game plan and style of play, the lock left defense and stuff like that. So just getting everybody on board, and then also being a leader on the court. So.
And then lastly, what do you think this team can do this year? Obviously, like I said, only 3 returners, 13 newcomers, but what do you think this team is capable of?
I think we can go really far. I personally want to win a national championship. I know the rest of the girls want to as well. So it's kind of just being dogs together and just figuring it out. But the goal is a national championship and to win conference. So that's where we are now.
We're here wrapping up our Women's Basketball Media Day for the 2024-25 season, joined by second-year head coach Courtney Burns. Courtney, what was it like in year 1 transitioning from Division III Mitchell up to Division II Post here?
I was really excited for the opportunity. Of course, Post Women's Basketball's had a lot of success prior. I think Coach Plefka did a great job. I think one of the big things for me coming in was being able to really instill all our culture, but also respect the culture before from the success that they had. I was very fortunate to have some returners that really just bought into our culture and the changes that we were looking to do, while keep the success that they've had here, and it made my transition a lot easier, and it ended up being a great year for us. And so, for that first year for me, coming in from D3 to D2, love the opportunity to be able to work with our players in the preseason, which I think was big, really instilling that culture as we were heading into the season. And, I just can't be thankful enough for the returners that we had that were able to kind of make that transition with me.
And then here at the Drubner Center, you had a lot of success last year, 11-2. You lost to nationally ranked Assumption and lost in the CACC tournament to Golden Beacon. Only 2 losses, though. Is there something about playing here at the Drubner Center that just brings out the best in your team?
Yeah, I think everyone hates playing at the Drubner Center. It definitely gives us a home court advantage, especially for our style, that up-tempo, aggressive defense, being able to pressure in the full court. I think other teams feel crammed when they're in here. So us being able to practice here every day and, run our style, run our system, bodes very well for us and gives us definitely a home court advantage. And we're looking forward to even taking our defense to the next level this upcoming season and, really just cause some chaos. I think being able to learn from the men's team as well, just the way they play so chaos and speed teams up. And, I think our gym bodes very well for that. And obviously the fan support helps also, having them pretty much almost on top of the court. I think it can create some uneasiness in opponents, especially in some close game scenarios.
Talk about what it was like going into this offseason. Only had 3 returners. A lot of your guys were newbies coming in. You've got 13 now. So what was it like retooling and recruiting for this season, knowing that, and getting 7 Division I players out of it too?
Yeah, so we knew it was going to be almost a complete rebuild just with the amount of players we had graduating the previous year. And our focus going into it with myself and my staff was we kind of wanted to divide up the class. So we were looking at 5 to 6 freshmen, 5 to 6 transfers. We were really excited about our freshman class coming in. We really started a little bit late in the recruiting process. We were able to get out there in July and see some of the top talent in the area. And we were big on really finding players that, we kind of called dogs on defense, that were really going to buy into that philosophy, especially like we just talked about earlier with, the way our gym is and things along those lines. And, just really found players that want to be at Post, that were bought in, and we're very excited about our freshman class. All of our commits were top in their position, and when we came to the offseason, we knew we were going to have to hit the portal. I think we did a little bit better in the portal than we had anticipated. Obviously, 7 Division I transfers is pretty good, and it's been great. A mixture of them I've had relationships with in the past, whether I coached them in AAU or trained them, so that's been helpful in the recruiting process as well. But, finding players that, maybe just didn't find the right fit the first time around, and I think the environment environment here at Post, the camaraderie, not just within our team, but within the whole campus, really got the right kids for us here, and players that are looking for an opportunity, that are hungry for an opportunity, that want to come in and really elevate the program to the next level.
Obviously, you got 4 straight North Division regular season titles in the CACC, one of those under you, the other 3 under John Plefka. What do you think this team is capable of achieving this season? What do you think is the key to capturing that 5th straight title, but also making a run in the CACC, which has a lot of high-level teams?
Yeah, I mean, obviously coming back, you look at Jefferson, you look at Chestnut Hill, Holy Family. They've kind of run the top of the conference for a long time. We've been very fortunate to, capture those 5 titles, like you said. And I think last year, we played together and we were able to hide some of our deficiencies because we played together. And it's going to be similar this year. We have a lot of talent, and the big piece is going to be getting everybody to play together and play for something a little bit bigger than themselves. We have a young roster this year, so I think we went from the oldest team in the country to close to the youngest team in the country with the amount of freshmen, and most of our transfers besides one are sophomores. So we're going to have them for a little while, and I think we have the opportunity to win the first CACC championship underneath these guys' leadership, and with the goal of getting to the NCAA tournament and not just getting there and being happy with it, but making a run in the tournament as well.
Head coach Courtney Burns, 2nd year with the team. Post looking for their 5th straight CACC North Division title, first ever CACC championship this winter. They start things off in November at the St. Mike's Tip.
Alrighty, welcome back to Lemoy Field. Second half about to be underway here. 3-1 lead for Chestnut Hill as Rebecca Dalton went off in that first half with 3 goals. And Chestnut Hill with a 2-goal lead as we start this critical second half here at Lemoy Field. As we welcome you upstairs inside to the broadcast booth, Griffin Cast on hand. So glad you're with us here on this Saturday afternoon, a sunny Saturday with a little bit of wind. Jordan Callis had the lone Post goal in that first half. Biggest half of the season here for Post. A loss, and they are not going to be able to find their way into the top 8 in the CAC standings for the CACC tournament. 7 through 10 seeds here in CACC women's soccer are tightly bunched up as we take a look at the standings here entering the second half. Holy Family currently the 7 seed, 4 and 5 in conference. Goldie Beacom the 8 seed, 3, 6 and 1 in conference. Chestnut Hill 9 seed, 3 and 6. Post 10 seed, 2 and 6. So you can see how close it is in the bottom half of the standings here in the CACC. Eagles control their own destiny. They need to win out. 2 more games remaining after this one on Monday and then on Thursday. But a loss here would have their playoff hopes looking very bleak. They need a big comeback here in the second half. We're underway here at Lemoy Field. Eagles in the white uniforms and Griffins in the black uniforms. Eagles 2-10 overall on the year. Griffins 3-8-1 on the year. Again, Rebecca Dalton, what a first half she had. 3 goals. Came into this game with four on the year and put in 3 in just 45 minutes. Remarkable. 2 of those were off of headers. The last one unassisted. As we take a quick peek at our first half stats, 11 total shots for Chestnut Hill, 3 for Post. Shots on goal 5-2 Griffins. Griffins had 5 corners in that first half. Eagles were not able to get a corner. Fouls 7-4 Chestnut Hill. A yellow card was assessed to Chestnut Hill. Tony Linus specifically. Galaska. 3rd on the team in points. Thought about crossing it, cutting it back to her left. Now crossing it and deflected. There's a shot. It's way off right by Kendall Gayton, the freshman. A little more than a minute and a half gone here in the second half. Plenty of time for the Eagles, but they got to generate something here and throw the first punch in this second half. Again, biggest half of the season here for Post. Their playoff lives depends on it. Callis fights for the ball. Concept turns it over. Sullivan comes to get it for Chestnut Hill and feeds Dalton. Dalton is dangerous, feeding, looking for DeGeorge. Meyer. Reese is over there for Post. Sullivan taps it back. Maddie Camillo. DeGeorge, a nice move. DeGeorge cuts it to the middle, has a teammate here on the near side, fires, and the shot's off right. Goal kick here for Nisbet. 3 minutes gone in this second half. Under 42 to play. Dalton, the header, goes to Stiles. Nice tackle there from Galaska. And DeGeorge will feed. And the pass wide left of Dalton, and Nisbet secures. 18th all-time matchup here between the Eagles and the Griffins. Eagles with a slight advantage here. 8 wins, 7 losses, 2 ties. They haven't beaten Chestnut Hill in 3 years. Last victory came on the 31st of October in 2021. Last matchup was on October 14th, 2023. Griffins won 4-1 at home over these Eagles. Headed out of play by the Griffins. Toss in here for Meyer, far side. Got it right back and kicks it out of play. Galaska running here, feeding. Dalton backtracks for it and gets a nice pass. Gayton cuts it back. Gayton feeds it. Dalton fires it. And it's off left. Griffin's coaching staff wondering where the foul is. Goal kick here for Nisbet. Line drive kick towards midfield. Bodwin taps it. Kotseftis over to Heb. Heb trying to make something happen. Tried to feed it to Morrison, far side. It goes to Kotseftis. Callis fouled. She's been taking a beating here in this one. 8th foul committed there by Chestnut Hill. (14-3) in total shots here at Chestnut Hill. Just getting so many different looks on net. 5-2 shots on goal, or towards the net, I should say. Towards the net, I should say. This one goes to the far post, and it'll sail out of play off of the free kick for post. This one kicked out of play there by the Griffins. Morales will throw in here near side. Shots after this kicked it out of play. Throw in Griffins.
You guys kidding me? It's gotta be consistent. It's gotta be consistent.
Griffin's coaching staff furious here with the officials, feeling that they're not getting foul calls. They get one right there. 5th foul committed by Post. Linus will take a free kick here. Picked up a yellow in that first half. Has an excellent boot. Galaska headers it up. Bodwin clears. Klutzer fields it off of her chest. Now moving to her left. Has a teammate. It's Callis. Lone goal here for Post in this one. Callis trying to turn the corner. Being Eagles throwing here on the near side. Heb will toss.
Oh.
Nice play from Dalton upfield. Nisbet comes way out of the 18-yard. Again, offsides called on the Griffins with 36:45 remaining in regulation. Eagles 10th seed in the CACC. Griffins 9th seed in the CACC. As Bowdoin takes a free kick. Gets it downfield, and Dalton settles it down and taps it ahead up to Sullivan. Sullivan looks to lead DeGeorge. DeGeorge bursts of speed, far side, beats both defenders, fires, deflected by Stiles. Sullivan lets one rip, and it is scooped up by Nisbet.
Tempo, Black. Work on it. Let's drop in a little.
Goal kick here. Nisbet kicks it downfield. Bodwin has got it. Moves it ahead. Klutzer settles it down. Feeds. Morrison, the freshman. Morrison, Sheik, Bake. Tried to cross, and there's a shot off of the rebound. Callis could not get there, and it is cleared by Chestnut Hill. What an opportunity there for the Eagles there.
Pressure.
Morales able to hit it off of McCallion there, and it'll be an Eagles throw in on the near side. Little over 10 minutes gone here in the second half. Still a 3-1 lead for Chestnut Hill. All three of those goals scored by number 22, Rebecca Dalton. Morales tosses in to Callis, taken away by Sullivan. Sullivan in a thicket of defenders there, and Dalton, can she keep it in play? No, she runs out of room. We're not at Tapali having a conversation with one of the officials about the throw-in, seeing which team is off last. Nisbet secures. Eagles trailing by 2 goals here. 15-4 total shots. Chestnut Hill shots on goal 5-3. Griffins. Kolaska has Dalton to her right, tries to lead her. Foot race, Morales and Dalton. Morales kicks that one out of play. Throw in Dalton. Callis intercepts ahead. Klutzer, nice tackle there from Linus. And Katseftis tried to evade but ran out of room. Linus throwing. Galaska fouled. Be a free kick here for Chestnut Hill. Linus with a strong leg. To the near post, soaring and snagging it is Nisbet. Nice catch there. Athletic play from the sophomore keeper for the Eagles. 31 and a half remaining in regulation. So plenty of time for the Eagles, but urgency needs to be there. Down by 2. 3-1 lead for Chestnut Hill in a must-win scenario here at the end of the 2024 regular season. Playoff push is on. Both of these teams trying to sneak into the CACC tournament. 9 seed Griffins, 10 seed Eagles. 7 through 10 seeds here in conference, bunched up. Eagles can control their own destiny here, but they need to win out. A loss here today, and they have no chance of getting into the playoffs. Styles taps it over here to Katseftis. Eagles need to get something going here. Dalton the clear. Contact, no whistle. Golaska ahead. DeGeorge has got it. Moves into a nest of defenders there. In a straitjacket, it goes out of play. Griffin's thrown here in the near corner. Sullivan lost her footing. Heb ahead to Klutzer. Has Kotseftis and not able to get there to keep it in play. Kolaska keeps it in play. Hit out of bounds there by Morales. Under 30 minutes to play here in regulation. Again, just a friendly reminder, there's a double dip here today. Post men's soccer taking on Chestnut Hill at the conclusion of this one. That will start at 2:30. Substitution coming on here for the Eagles. Avia Burns, who started in this one, will sub out Morrison. DeGeorge zigging, zagging. Has Burns on her hip. Tried to cross it. Goes out of play. Morales taking a little bit of a beating here. Hit the deck. A little slow to get up. Last touch there by the Griffins. And it'll be a goal kick here for Nisbet. Clock running. 28-20 remaining in the second half. Sunny and windy Saturday afternoon here in the beginning of November. Playoff push is on. Must-win scenario here for both of these teams in a end of the regular season matchup here. Feeling like a playoff matchup. A loss detrimental to your chances of sneaking into the CACC tournaments. A win significantly improves your prospects. Eagles control their own destiny. Love these type of games where it's all up to you. You have to get the win. There's no other way out of it. But Eagles trailing by 2 goals here. Rebecca Dalton right there with all 3 for Chestnut Hill. Goes off of the back there of Morales. Bodwin. Golaska. Give and go. Dalton trying to track it down. Runs out of room. Get a substitution in here. Taylor Morales is taking a beating here to begin this second half. She'll get a breather here. And for the first time, we see Taylor Gotzigan, the sophomore from Milford, Connecticut. Gotzigan will toss in. George fires one, and the field goal is good. Goes over the crossbar in between the upright. As Lorenza DeAndrea, the freshman midfielder from Philly, will sub in for Sullivan. With 26:05 remaining here in the second half. Total shots here, Chestnut Hill 17, post 4. Shots on goal 6-3, Chestnut Hill. Golaska trying to get behind the defense here, shares it. Meyer was there. There's a shot. DeAndrea fires, and the 18th shot by Chestnut Hill is caught by Nisbet. 8-6 in fouls here at Chestnut Hill. Eagles have yet to have a corner. Haven't had a corner here in the second half. 5 corners for Chestnut Hill in that first half.
Good support, Maddie.
So pardon me, 19 shots here for Chestnut Hill. total shots. 8-3 shots on goal here now, Griffins. Klutzer. Time starting to not become a friend here for the Eagles. 24:35 remaining in regulation. Eagles need to start working quickly. Down by 2 goals. Need to get that first one here to get momentum on your side. And another yellow card here assessed to Chestnut Hill, the second of the game.
Gotta be consistent with the cards. Gotta be consistent with the calls. Our center back just had a shoulder into her back. Number 17 is yes. You can't give one player not to a different player. Not for a different player. That is awful. That is so wrong. That is unbelievable.
Officials have gotten an earful from the Griffins coaching staff as well as the post coaching staff as well. As you can probably hear it on your audio. 23:50 remaining here in regulation. A 3-1 lead for Chestnut Hill. Burns, nice tackle. Sworn by multiple Griffins. Meyer comes through the cracks and is obstructed there and stopped in her progression. Turnover. Gayton, feed ahead. Alaska looking for Dalton. She is onside. She fires and it's deflected by Nisbet. Dalton off of the reload. It is her 4th goal of the game. Rebecca Dalton, the game of her life. Came into the game here today with 4 goals on the year. She has 4 here today. Just remarkable. A 4-1 lead for Chestnut Hill. All 4 coming from number 22. Get her the game ball after the end of this one. Under 23 minutes remaining in regulation. Things not looking good here for the Eagles. Rebecca Dalton has just unloaded here today. Again, the men's matchup between Chestnut Hill and Posts will start in an hour. Linus with a strong leg, line drive kick towards the box. Nisbet surging out of net and secures. 20 total shots here for Chestnut Hill, 5 for Posts, shots on goal 9-3. Griffins have just been generating so much more offense. And Rebecca Dalton with 4 goals. 8 on the year now. She's got it here on the near side. Taken away by Gotts again. Taps it ahead. Galaska looks to cut it to the middle. Stifling defense here from the Griffins. Galaska tries to bend it over to Dalton, broken up there by Styles. To George. Tried to lead Dalton there. Foot race here with Gottigan and Dalton, and Gottigan will concede and just kick it out of play. McCallan crosses, deflected by Hebb. We're under 20 minutes to play here in regulation. Chestnut Hill on their way to a huge victory in a must-win scenario. And ball on Dalton. Alaska tailed by Styles. The men's players here from both teams coming towards the field here, getting set for their matchup, starting at 2:30. This one, not much of a game here, a 4-1 lead for Chestnut Hills. We come up on 18 minutes remaining in regulation. Eagles got a goal early. Jordan Callis, the third of the year, but have not been able to get much since, as that one is turned over to George the steal. Has Gayton right to her right. George knocked down by Styles. No whistle. Clean play. Looking at the men's standings, Chestnut Hill, the 10th seed in the CACC. Tough for them to going to be able to make the playoffs. Posts have clinched. They are the number 2 seed, eyeing their 6th consecutive conference title. 5-time defending CACC champions at 6-1-2 in conference this year. And 8-4-3 overall. That's going to be a fun one coming up next. Galaska, nice tackle there from Bodwin. As we have 16.5 remaining in regulation. Dalton with 4 goals here in this one. Taken away. Hebb with a nice play. Substitutions coming in here. Bridget McDonald, Kaya Mobley in for Chestnut Hill. Taylor Morales in for Gotze again for Post. Galaska and Lennon sub out here for Chestnut Hill. Sixth corner of the match here for Chestnut Hill. Their first of the second half. DeAndrea, strong kick to the back post. The header by Deal. Eagles trying to clear it. Goes over to Deal. She fires, and falling on it is Nisbet. Burns tries to lead it ahead. Is deflected out by the other number 7, DeGeorge. Griffin's coaching staff here is starting to get some players loose. Might be emptying the bench momentarily. Dalton the takeaway. DeAndrea fires, and it hits the left post. Team stats here, taking a quick gander at it. 23-5 total shots. Chestnut Hill just dominating in that category, as well as the shots on goal, 10-3. Corner 6-0, Chestnut Hill. Fouls 9-9. 5 saves have been made by Nisbet, 2 by Stratz. Stratz really has not had to work a whole lot here today. Defense has been superb. Last touch Griffins, Eagles throwing. We're under 13 minutes to play here in regulation, a 4-1 lead for the Griffins. All 4 of those goals coming from number 22. Game for the ages, something to write home about. Don't have the record on hand here, but for goals in the game, Dalton certainly has to be right there. Jenna Gagliardi subbing in for Kendall Gayton. So we actually do have the record right here. 5 goals is the record in a single game for a Chestnut Hill women's soccer player. Lauren Riff did it versus Lincoln on September 4th, 2008, and Annie Ruxdeshell versus Chatham College on September 27th, 2003. So those were the 2 times that a player has scored 5 goals in a game for women's soccer. Rebecca Dalton with 22 here today. or excuse me, Rebecca Dalton with 4 here today. She is number 22. Not 22 goals, and she'll sub out right here. $11:23 remaining here in regulation. Yeah, Chestnut Hill only has one more game remaining here in the season. They'll have a long break here. They don't play until Friday, where they will host Georgian Court, and the Eagles will have their first corner of the match here, coming with 10.5 to play in regulation. Towards the near post, broken up by Linus. Eagles will have 2 games remaining at the end of this one. They play against Georgian Court on the road on Monday, and then they will host University of Bridgeport on Thursday. With the likely loss here today, don't know if those 2 games will matter a whole lot for their prospects getting into the CACC tournament. And needed to win here today, as Chestnut Hill right above them in the CACC standings. Griffins the 9th seed coming into this one, Eagles the 10th seed coming into this one. And the Griffins will create a little more breathing room here between them and post. As we're under 10 to play here in regulation. Men's are coming up next. Stick around for that one. Should be a fun one. Griffins 10th seed in the men's soccer standings here in the CACC. Eagles the number 2 seed, looking for their 6th consecutive CACC title here in 2024. An unprecedented run for the men's soccer program here at Post. There's a nice lead pass. DeAndrea, offsides called on Chestnut Hill. Clutts are fighting for it as they're taken away in a nest of Griffin's defenders. Goes back here to Bodwin, taps it back to Stiles as we come up on 8 minutes to play here in regulation. Mobley got it here near side, crosses one. Nisbet secures. Stiles, nice kick ahead, sails over the head of Burns. Mobley shares it. DeAndrea looks for the give and go. And Stiles with a nice tackle. Handball. Chestnut Hill. We're under 7 minutes to play. Eagles likely going to fall to 2-7 in conference, 2-11 overall on the year. Chestnut Hill likely going to advance to 4-8-1 overall and 4-6 in conference with just a huge win here today. You cannot understate it. With only one game for Chestnut Hill after this one, they'll need to win that surely at Georgian Court. But depending on how some other games go, as it stands, Chestnut Hill able to sneak into that 8th spot over Goldie Beacom, who's 3-6-1. Depending on if Goldie Beacom is playing today. If they win, they will still be a little bit ahead of Chestnut Hill in the standings. If they lose, Chestnut Hill surpasses them, or if they don't play today. I don't know if they are. I assume that they would on a Saturday. And Chestnut Hill would be ahead of them. 5:40 to play here in regulation. Men's game is coming up next. Chestnut Hill and Post. Stick around for that one. Eagles 2 seed in the CACC. The field goal is good. Kylie Bamberger, the sophomore midfielder, subs in. Bench being emptied here from both coaches. Linus, line drive kick ahead to midfield, looking for Mobley. DeGeorge has a teammate to her left, kicks it off of Styles. Styles, nice move. We're under 5 to play. I think we might have just gotten a foul there on Chestnut Hill. Bamberger pass intercepted by Bodwin. Kotseftis. Meyer comes to get it. Kicks it off of a defender as we approach 4 minutes to play here in regulation. Chestnut Hill, huge performance. Rebecca Dalton with an all-time game here today. 4 goals. One shy of the single game record as we get offsides on Chestnut Hill. 2 players in 2008 and 2003 scored 5 goals for Chestnut Hill. Ken Dalton with 4 here today. Came into this game with 4 goals on the year, now up to 8. Heb in front of the net, shoots, and scores. Heb with her 8th goal of the year, her 16th point. And the Eagles trail by 2, 4-2, 3:30 to play here in regulation. DeGeorge cuts it to the middle. Bamberger. Gagliardi kicks that one out of play. 2.5 to play here in regulation. DeGeorge. Fires. Saved. Nice deflection there from Nisbet as we come up on 2 to play here in the second half. Mobley shares it. Bamberger, the cross. Headed out there by Styles out of the box. Kotseftis retrieves. We're under 2 to play. And Georgian Court is up next for posts on Monday. A quick turnaround. They'll get a rest day tomorrow before heading to Lakewood, New Jersey. Chestnut Hill, they'll get multiple rest days as they do not play until Friday, November 8th for their final game of the year at home against Georgian Court. Eagles corner, second corner of the match. 80 seconds to play here in regulation. Chestnut Hill men's and post men's getting ready to take the field here and begin their warm-ups. That game will start at 2:30. There's a nice cross. Oh, the header goes in, and the Eagles within 1. All right, this is a little interesting now. I believe it was Klutzer with the goal. So, all right, the Eagles with back-to-back goals here in the waning minutes of the game, and it's a little interesting now. 65 seconds remaining, a 4-3 lead for Chestnut Hill.
1 minute remaining.
Mobley offsides with 45 seconds to play. All right, Eagles got a final crack at this here. Down 4-1. They get 2 back-to-back goals within a few minutes of each other. And now they got a 30-second push to try and get one into the back of the net for the equalizer. Styles kicks downfield. Bamberger comes to get it. Keeps it in play with a kick to Mobley. 15 seconds remaining in regulation. Mobley defended well by Bodwin.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
All right, the Eagles comeback bid. It comes up just a little bit short, and Chestnut Hill on the shoulders of Rebecca Dalton with 4 goals gets a 4-3 victory here over the Eagles in a huge end of the season conference battle here in women's soccer. The men's, they're coming up next. Griffins and Eagles. Start time is set for 2:30. Rebecca Dalton with 4 goals here today for the Griffins, and they get their 4th win in conference, and Eagles fall to 2-7 in CACC play. The men's game coming up in 30 minutes. Stick around.